Today, I'm gonna share three of my most embarrassing moments with three different women. What the fuck? I was talking to my therapist, yapping to my therapist. Therapy, by the way, is just a 1 hour yap session that you pay for once a week. About how in high school, even though I was one of the most popular kids, like I knew everyone, I was friends with everybody, I never felt truly cool. You know, I had a lot of insecurities, a lot of physical, mental, emotional insecurities. And I just was telling him some of these stories, and I was laughing my ass off. I was like, damn, a lot of you guys, a lot of dudes go through this, because for most of us, let's just be honest, we never had that suave with the ladies. So today, I'm going to tell you three of my most unsuave moments. Fuck. But to hear them, you're going to have to start from the most recent one. Oh, jeez. This is a bonus one. This is to preface the whole story. Last year, as you guys know, if you've seen any other videos on my channel, I went through my deepest, gut-wrenching, most life-changing, all-inspiring, embarrassing breakup. It was this girl that I dated for like 1 month, whatever. She represented to me so much about what I thought I had lacked in masculinity. Really painful experience, blah, 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 blah. It all starts when I bought this exact car, or at least version 1 of this car. I had bought it outright for like $57,000 out of my pocket. Terrible financial decision. But this car not only represented to me like status and, you know, money, and even the good stuff like success and working hard. Truthfully, what it was I was depressed for 2 or 3 years. I never really bought myself material things. This girl that I was in love with just broke up with me, possibly cheated on me, and started posting about her new boyfriend, probably a couple days after we broke up. And it really fucking hurt. And as a young child would do who is in pain, he chooses to spend like a third of his life savings on a car. And 2 days later, I wrapped this fucking car around a tree. And I was posting it before that. I was posting about this car all the time. Truthfully, like, I would say it was because of the success and the representation of hard work. No, I just wanted this girl to see this car on my story and be like, wow, he does have money. He is cool. That's the car he said he was gonna get. Yeah, I don't think she gave a fuck. Jeez. When I got out of the ditch, unscathed, by the way, I look at this car, and the current one I have now, the V2 of this car, I've crashed. Actually, a retard drunk guy crashed into me, but I didn't really care because I was like, oh, you know what? Money can fix this. Nobody's hurt. At that moment, though, the first time I crashed, tears falling down my face, and all I could think about was the image of that girl, my ex, standing in front of me, just laughing, going, Damien, this is why I usually date tall, handsome, older, successful, the type of guys that in high school were the cool ones. And I gave you a chance, and I knew I was wrong. You're a fucking loser. That's exactly what I felt, and it hurt so fucking bad, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know what that tells you, except for the fact that, oh, this is where I was going with this bullshit. That girl represented to me like me being bad with chicks my whole life, and then finally getting the girl of my dreams. Like, at the time, like, she was older, my ideal, like, beauty, like the fucking North American beauty standard in like a fitness girl, you know, like that type of shit, right? I was like, wow, like a beautiful older woman like likes me this much, so cool. It like I remember I would, oh dude, it's so embarrassing if you guys fucking follow me on Instagram for, especially when this, oh my god, you guys would know that I was posting like fucking photos of her all the time and shit. Oh, jeez, man. Like that. Damn. This wound is too fresh for me to laugh at. It actually makes me cringe. She was a representation of status, of validation, of the stuff that I lacked when I was younger. And not only having her not want me, but me acting like such a fucking fool to do all this stupid shit to get her attention was pretty embarrassing. I will also say that I'm thinking about the stories I'm about to tell you guys. If any of my exes were to watch this video, this is the one that's gonna bring my biggest downfall. This one's fucking embarrassing, man. Okay. So yeah, that's just to give you an emotional preface of my story. Let's go back to when I was 11 years old. 13. I just started lifting. I was 205 pounds at 5'4". And there was this girl in our theater play. I just got into high school. She was a year older. And she wasn't the most attractive woman in the world, but she was super cute, half Asian girl, and I was in love with her, man. I was so in love with this girl. I fantasized about her every single night, and it got to the point where I became her best friend, you know? It even got to the point where me and her started definitely not fucking, damn. Where we would talk about, like, sexual innuendos all night and shit, and, like, she would start telling me that she loved me and shit like that, man. But genuinely not her fault at all. She dropped a billion hints. I was too much of a pussy. She had this boyfriend. He was even older than her. And I was just kind of the cuck that would kind of, like, join them on, like, dates, like, as, like, the third wheel and shit. Oh, my God, bro. Damn. She broke up with him, and we started talking more, and we started getting closer. And every single time I was about to ask her on a date, nope, never did it. And then I was about to ask her on a date. We started saying I love you every single night. This, like, fucking 13-year-old shit, right? I get a Zoom call. Because we'd hang out on Zoom all the time, like our group of friends. And it was from her, and all the other boys weren't there. Turns out, she admitted to me that she wanted a date with my best friend at the time, my brother. And they kissed. Oh, the pain, the horror. It struck down on me. Seriously, it was like fucking brutal at the time. Like when you're 13 and that shit happens, it's so painful. I remember I closed the Zoom immediately and just... I just listened to Jealous by Labyrinth. Like over and over all night. Just like tearing up. Like... Eventually he apologized to me. It was a whole thing. And then I finally take this girl on a date. The story's not over, boys. Not over. It gets worse. We are on the bus. We get off. We walk toward the beach. We have a picnic planned. We're chatting. We're laughing. And the sun starts setting. We pull out a blanket. We sit and we watch the sun. You know, I'm on my weight loss journey, so I'm looking more handsome. And she's telling me how good of a guy I am and all this. I'm like, yeah, I know. And then she leans in. And I lean away, bro. She leans in and I go, huh? Huh? Oh my God. And she's looking at me like, oh, geez, what happened? And obviously I wanted to fucking kiss her, man. I was just way too scared. What the fuck was I scared of? No idea. Self-improvement lesson number 1. Let's find some bullshit in this. No, I can't find anything except for maybe like you got to... Well, in the moment, you sometimes, like, there's a really good quote. It's like the results you're looking for is hidden in the work you're avoiding. That was the work. Was the work I was avoiding? Yeah. God damn. Yeah, that's one. And that was like the setup to my immediate downfall woman in story number 2. I was 14, 15 years old. And there was this girl also in the theater play who I became best friends with. And she was like the super hot girl next door. She was so kind, super pretty. We were best friends. Of course I wanted to fuck her. God damn. This is why I think chicks and dudes cannot be friends. I think chicks can be friends with dudes, but the dudes are always secretly want to fuck the chicks. I'm only friends with girls now that are like Their boyfriends aren't my friends. Anyways, that's a side story or side topic that I'm gonna get called a misogynist for. Anyways, friends with this girl, super cute, blah blah blah. She introduces me to her friend group. And I started becoming friends with her whole friend group. Mind you, I'm the 15-year-old kid. Yes, I am. Everyone knows me in school for being the popular kid of that, but I'm not the cool kid. I'm not cool. I was not cool at all. There were so many kids that like that suave we were talking about would come naturally to them. They would just get the girl, and I was always too scared. I wasn't taller than them. Doesn't matter if I had more muscle. They had stuff that was looked at as fucking cool that I just never developed, and I was too scared to even try. Anyways, these were cool girls. These girls, not only they were cool girls, but they were like cool, wholesome girls, man. There was 3 private schools. Because I went to that's embarrassing. I went to an all-boy private school, man. Fuck that. There were 3 other private schools, right? 2 of them, the girls that went to this one, like, they're pretty, like, entitled, like, whatever, super rich, like, and, like, those were, but then there was this 3rd school, the one that I became friends with. This was the untapped market. See, boys, there's a lesson right there that in business, you can't compete with everybody. You got to go to the untapped market and dominate. So I went to the untapped market, and I didn't dominate, but I became friends with all the girls, all the popular girls from that school, and everyone suddenly was like, like a little bit of rumors and stuff, like, oh, what the hell? How come Damien's like friends with all these girls? And I could see the jealousy in guys and stuff. Yeah, I started to feel it for the first time. Started to feel cool. Rock on, brother. And even though I was friends with all the cool guys, like, I was always invited to the parties and shit, like, I guess for some reason I just never really felt cool, and this made me feel so fucking cool. And there was this one girl, this tall blonde chick, super attractive, like, conventionally super attractive. And I don't know how the fuck I gained this random bout of confidence when I was 15 years old on winter vacation in Mexico. But I thought I was like the king of the world because I was like, not only was I the only guy from my whole school that had the balls to talk to her, like, it was so weird because even the cool, because remember, boys, this is an untapped market, okay? So, like, these girls from this school, like, nobody knew they existed, and I brought them into the scene, and they were hot as fuck. What am I saying? It's so fucked. The cool kids were, like, so astonished and jealous that I was able to talk to this super hot chick. And I was like, damn, how am I doing this? So, with this untapped confidence just came to me, I asked her out on a date. Yeah, this is where story number 2 comes. I came back from a Mexico trip and this other trip, whatever. I asked her on this date. I just got this confidence. I just did it. Yeah, I fucking did it. I found out what her favorite food was. I brought her to that burger joint. That's fucking right, boys. She liked it. We had some good times. And then I made one crucial mistake. Actually, like 8. But this was the first crucial mistake. When you go on a date, a first date especially, never. This is what I had to learn later through fucking YouTube videos. I had to learn dating through YouTube videos. That's funny as fuck. That's most of you guys too. I know that's true. Okay. I brought her to the movies. Don't do that. On a first date, never bring a girl to the movies. You gotta bring a place that you guys can talk. Get to know each other. Establish an emotional connection. It's really fucking lame to bring a chick to the movies on a first date. On any date. If you're gonna watch a movie with a chick, you go home, Netflix, Pound Town. Anyways, so that was like 3 hours wasted. And the whole time in the movies, I'm getting this level of anxiety. I'm like, oh my God, I'm fucking this up. I can't even talk to her. We leave the movies, and she already had to go. And I could tell there, like, I kind of biffed it. And this was my one chance. And I think, honestly, truthfully, she probably would never admit this, but because we've been talking for so long, I bet if I made a move there, it would have been reciprocated. If I asked her back home or, like, I moved in for, like, a kiss or something, it might have worked. There could have been a saving grace. But no, what I did, boys, was I said, it looks like your bus is here. Do you want a hug? And she's like, yeah, okay. That took a long time to get over. That was tough. Extension of the story, I started dating her best friend. Her best friend wasn't as hot, but her best friend was such a kind person. This girl would later grow up to kind of be a bitch. Everyone knew it. It's brutal. I dated her best friend for like fucking 6 months. I was such an asshole. I ghosted her for 3 months because I was too scared to break up with her and like all this other bullshit. And this is when I first learned that, hey man, some bitches be crazy. Some female nature be crazy. You know how I knew this? When I started dating her best friend, the minute her best friend left on like a little vacation, because all her friends, I was still friends with the whole friend group, they came to my house for a party. This girl started flirting with me. The one that rejected me after the date started flirting with me because I was dating her best friend. That's how they are. And then later, this chick tried to use me to get tickets to our school dance. And I gave in and I got her tickets. That's a whole other story. That's like embarrassing story, like next one. God damn. Oh my God, bro. I don't know how I made it this far in life with women now, because I used to be, wow. Woo. I actually, to this day, I notice it. Like now, because I went through that whole phase of like, damn, I suck at chicks. I gotta learn some pickup artist shit and like learn how to be suave with women. I still notice to this day, even with a very healthy, loving relationship, even if I'm just trying to talk to another pretty girl, like not trying to, but like she's like working at the gym or something, like I'm like getting my membership signed up, I notice I still get this like internalized deep childhood fear of like, oh, a pretty girl, I suck at those. I suck at talking to these pretty women. Yeah, I don't know why I told you that, but it's still in me. Yeah. Okay, final. What's the story? What's the lesson we can learn from that, boys? You gotta shoot your fucking shot, man. Because like I don't regret many things, but like to this day, I still go, damn, I really should have made a move. Because even if it didn't work out, truthfully on my deathbed, I would have been so proud of even making that move. Because like, what if it did? What if it did work out? What if I did make the move? It would have boosted my confidence so much more in my life. But at the same time, I'm also happy I didn't make the move because, you know, that learning experience of failing that has led me to being successful now. Swag. Last one. Probably the most embarrassing one. This girl was also from a play. Jesus Christ, man. You know what? That's the important self-improvement lesson for everything is join a high school theater troupe. It is super gay. Correct. But there's women there. Okay. There was this girl who was going to come do our makeup for the play. Like the makeup artist girl, she was our age. We were in grade 12. And at first I was seeing her pics on Instagram because my buddy was showing me, they're like, yo, you should like talk to this girl. And I was like, oh my God, she's butt fuck ugly. Jesus Christ. Like, she's so nasty. I called her like a rat for like a while. And then I saw her in person. I was like, damn, she's hot. It wasn't even hot. It's really the girl next door vibes. Like, really short, super cute. Like, yeah, man. I got her Snapchat. Okay, I was chatting this girl up for a month after the play, and I had just dyed my hair, like, orange-brown for the play. And, you know, what I used to get in with her was I said to her, I really hope nobody from high school is watching this video. This one's fucking embarrassing, man. Truthfully, boys, the only reason I'm able to share this with you is because I'm in a relationship now. Because I've had successes. If I didn't, there's no chance I'd be telling you this one is still too fresh. This is really embarrassing. I told her, I was like, I need some of the purple shampoo you were talking about. You know, the stuff for the hair. Like, do you have any? Maybe I could like come pick some. And you know what she said to me? She was like, oh yeah, let me just drop it off to like my guy best friend and he'll drop it to you. I was like, awesome. That's what I wanted. If you think that's the embarrassing part, you're so wrong. It gets 20,000 times worse. Eventually, I mustered up the balls to ask her on a date. And this was probably the first time I've ever truly asked a girl on a date. Like saying, like, let's go on a date. And I felt so proud because she said, yeah. I was like, damn, I did it. Let's go. Took her on this date, and dude, it went so well. Took her to the restaurant. We were eating. She offered to pay the bill. I said, no, honey, I'll take care of it. I took care of the bill. We were laughing the whole time. When we walked along the boardwalk of the beach, and it was magical, and we saw 2 beautiful benches alone, just one little spotlight, and we sat there. And this is where I made the first mistake. We started hooking up. Hooking up in little kid terms is kissing. We're kissing. Making out. Yeah, that's good stuff. This is a tip for you boys. I held on to this makeout session for way too fucking long. Like almost, dare I say, almost an hour. That is, what that indicates, I don't care if you want to call this shit red pill, what that indicates to women is you have no experience in this, and not only that, but you get so little female attention that the minute you get even just like a little kiss, you want to hold on to it so much. Bad or good, up to you, subjective, who the fuck cares? But that's what it kind of indicates, you know? Like if I was single and I was on a first date and like I kissed a girl and she was holding on for that long, I'd be like, okay, this is a little weird. And I'm a dude. So, yeah. That was the first one, and I just like kept it going, whatever. But it was okay. Second mistake. Honestly, now looking back, these aren't really mistakes. These are kind of cute. When I'm 40, I'm going to look back and really laugh and be like, that was a cute little kid thing to do. But I offered her my jacket, and she was like, no. She was already kind of like, I could tell she was not feeling very comfortable now because whatever. And then I was like, oh, you sure? Come on, you can take my jacket. It's so cold. Give her my jacket. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. You're so kind. And I'm fucking freezing my ass off. I'm like, and she's like, do you want your jacket back? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not cold. And then we hop on the bus, and the whole time I'm holding this girl's hand like we're already dating. I mean, like we're boyfriend, girlfriend already. That's another tip for you boys. The first, I don't know. Definitely for the first date, maybe the first 5, do not act like you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend already, okay? That screams desperation, screams no experience, and it screams that, yes, you have zero, validation from women, so when you get it, you lash onto it too much. Don't do it. Hey, and if you do it and it works, then fucking marry that girl right away, man. Goddamn. This girl, though, nope, she didn't really like that. And then we get off the bus, and I'm still deluded in my mind that this is going really well. And honestly, at this point, not that bad. This is what killed it. This is the part. It took me a long time to be okay saying this because it's really funny now, but it's tough to hear. Ooh. I'm like, bye. I'm like, I had an amazing time. Like, you were lovely to go on this date with. I'd love to do one another day. Like, thank you so much. And she was like, honestly, I had so much fun. Like, this was great. Thank you so much for picking me up and doing this. And I was like, okay, have a good one. One last kiss. Kind of thing. That's not the bad part. I walk away. And for something in my head said, this is awesome. So I let out a vocal, let's go! I turned around and she heard it. Yeah. I turned around. She wasn't even half a block away. She went, walked away. I didn't give a fuck. I thought I was the man. I was like, let's go. Makeout session. I went home. I was like, nice. Hit a quick wank because I was like, as you do. Yep. Noticed she didn't text me that night. That was weird. Next day in school, got a Snapchat from her in Chinese class. It was like, look, thank you so much for the date, but I don't think we should continue, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Ran to the downstairs locker room, bawled my eyes out. Yeah. Awesome. Great. Even worse, the next day she told basically my whole school that I did that. Yeah. Awesome. Street cred all the way down, you know. Nice. That's the thumbnail. Yeah, man. What was even worse was this is the biggest lesson in the story. Never fucking do this, boys. Never do this. If you embarrass yourself in front of a woman, if she embarrasses you, whatever it is, never, and I mean fucking never, pretend to be friends with her with the hope that one day she'll give you a chance. Especially if she doesn't give you any sign of. Especially if she rejects you. Why? Because it's human psychology that even if it's a guy or a girl or a guy, doesn't matter. If somebody that you reject, think about it, you reject somebody, you're like, oh, that guy's cringe. And then you're hooking up with a ton of other people and they're not, and they keep begging, please come in. One day when you finally give them a chance, for the rest of the relationship, I don't care what people say. This is a huge generalization, but you're always going to be like, how come they couldn't find anybody else? Are they, like, am I that much better than them? Is always going to put yourself on a pedestal and put them lower than you. That's not what you want. And I did that. We would hang out in a group with me, her, and my friends. And dude, at almost every single opportunity she would fucking brutalize me, man. It was so painful. I remember the first time, it was like we were in the car together. She was in the passenger seat. Her friend was driving. My best friend at the time was sitting beside me. And this hurt. He became best friends with her. He was pretty good with women. Short period. He became best friends with her. She had a crush on him, I could tell. Brutal. And she would secretly make fun of me to him. Being like, oh my god, he's so cringe. Like, he keeps singing in the car. Like, Jesus Christ, so fuck. But then in front of me, she was like, ah. And I would watch her flirt with all my friends in front of me. And I just took it because I was genuinely in my mind, I was like deluded to, oh, fuck. I deluded myself into believing that one day it's going to work out and it's going to be fine and she's going to see me for, yeah. First off, never take that disrespect from anybody, man. Never, never, never. But secondly, you got to realize that it was my fault. It was my fault for putting myself in that position, in that situation, not walking away. There's some people in this world that if you let them take advantage, if you let them, they will walk all the fuck over you. And that is why, this is an extra story, I'm with my girlfriend now. Because she is the one woman that I've ever met who isn't childish as fuck, who is so mature beyond her age, who does not care about the money I bring in or the car that I drive and everything. And she cares about me as like the character, and she accepts the quirky, cringy shit that I do and loves it. And that, yeah, that's more special than anything money can buy. That's the most special thing about a woman, is someone who can believe in your full potential, want that full potential for you, help you get there, and accept you at your most vulnerable, love you at your best and your worst. So when you boys find someone like that, and I'm not saying that person's just gonna come, you gotta put in the work. Because, like, truthfully, in the beginning with my girlfriend, because I fucked up so many times, I pulled so many, like, suave moves, you know, like, we can talk about that shit on a different video, all the pickup artist stuff. That's the type of woman that you want to hold on to and treat well. Don't treat shitty women well. It reinforces in their mind that what they're doing is okay. Don't reward bad behavior. Women, people, men, we're like dogs. You gotta reward the good behavior. That's a fucked thing to say. If somebody clips that, I am going to jail in Romania. All right. Those are the stories, boys. Final message is the only way you're going to find the woman of your dreams, like the best woman, the best one for you, is to fully be yourself. But also take risks and push yourself to become the best version of yourself. A Giga Chad. I love you, boys. I hope you enjoyed those really fucking cringy topics, and let me know in the comments what other types of stories of my life that you want me to share, because that's what this channel is about. Sharing the times I fucking embarrassed myself. Love ya.